3, 2, 1, go! Welcome to BEERA Shop, the CIPESA podcast. Today we're talking fintech. What is it? How do you relate to it? And if you're a business owner, this is a conversation that you definitely need to tune into. So get a piece of paper, a pen. If you are using your phone, record anything that you can do to capture these gems, because I'm going to be speaking to a gentleman who's been at the forefront of fintech right from the beginning. And we're going to be speaking to him about how this relates to you as a business owner and what some of the trends are for the future. So Allan, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much, Sophie.
Yeah. So, we understand finance and we understand tech. How is it that they come together? What is fintech?
Like, it's right there in the finance and the tech
Yes.
together in one product.
Right.
All right. We've had finance with us for thousands of years.
That's right.
Hundreds of years. You went to the bank, you went to the counter, you got cash, you did a check, right? Now we do finance through technology platforms. You go on your phone, put in somebody's number, put in an amount, they pick up money.
This is like mobile money.
Money. That's fintech.
Okay.
Yes.
Mobile money is fintech.
Mobile money.
Oh,
fintech.
okay. Everyone uses mobile money in Uganda.
You use fintech every day.
That's right.
Yes.
Okay, so the other thing that is important to know is that, there's a big trust issue with digitalization and moving your money onto a digital space. Can we trust these platforms, these models that are out there?
Absolutely. Because finance runs on trust.
Yes.
Right? You see that paper money that you have?
Yes.
That has 50,000?
Yes.
It's meaningless without you trusting the government.
That's right.
That it means something.
Yes.
So you have to trust the financial technology platforms. It's now 2026. Most of us are regulated by the central bank, which means that we are operating under very strict guidelines to maintain trust in the system.
Okay.
The system cannot run without trust.
Right.
You need to know that if I send money, I will receive it 100%.
That's right.
Yes.
So,
Not 99% or 100%. Yeah.
So, we're filming at the Emin Pasha. You can hear in the background, there's like music. A lot of people are talking about the informal sector, the night economy, the care economy, these economies that somehow require an exchange of money, but sometimes someone can't carry like a whole bunch of money with them in town, especially at night. How is fintech supporting the growth of Uganda's economy?
I actually think, and it's something that I'm very passionate about,
Yes.
that we will grow and we will become a developed nation if we can all adopt fintech.
Really?
Right? Yes, because here's the thing, right? What do you know about the informal economy, right? It's like a shadow economy.
Yes.
There is money moving around, but you don't know who has it, where it's moving.
Yeah, because they keep telling us like 51% of the population is in the informal sector.
Exactly.
You're like, what's everyone doing?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's money moving, but guess what? If you are working in the informal economy and you want capital and you go to the bank, even if you were transacting trillions, they're like, we don't know you.
That's right.
Right. So the convenience of the financial technology ecosystem will create visibility of Omuntu Wawansi. And I mean, when you hear about financial inclusion,
I
that's
get
what
you.
it means.
I get you. So
Yeah.
the people who are in the informal sector
Yeah.
are placed on a radar
There is
by virtue of their data being collected because of these transactions of fintech, which then brings us to the other hot button topic, Allan, which is if let's say I have made a purchase of whatever it is, someone has my data on their phone, the person who I've bought from, who has supplied me the either service or product, has my information. How safe is that information on these fintech platforms?
Remember when you talked about trust?
Yes.
The financial system runs on trust.
Yes.
Once trust is broken, it collapses, right? So it's the whole thing. So when you, for example, I can talk about ourselves, right? I run a company called Sente. We are regulated. What does that mean? Some of the documents we signed was data privacy and data protection.
That's right.
That we will not breach a consumer's data, right? So even if the biggest guys in government came and said, give me this customer's data, I cannot.
Okay. So there's a protection, a government
In law.
protection that you can't share.
We cannot share.
You cannot, okay. So then right now.
Okay, just to, there are of course circumstances which we can share.
Yes.
Like if a crime is whatever,
Yes.
court order, right? But you can't just come and say, hey, this person, transacted, give me their data.
I get it.
No, I can't do that.
All right. Well, the other area that I really wanted to touch on is we've talked at length about SMEs and them transforming internally and using fintech. How important is it for fintech platforms, models to localize and really consider, for example, languages through AI, models that really take into consideration the local aspect?
Very, very important.
Yes.
Right? Because how do I say it? Inherently, our economy is local.
Yes.
Right? We're transacting in Uganda shillings. We're transacting in our own language. And actually, if you think about it, right? I always tell guys that mobile money is a local solution, right?
Okay.
When you go to America and you say mobile money, they're like,
yeah,
what are you talking about, right?
That's
they all have
true.
their cards.
Yeah.
So this was our solution
to
transacting technology.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's been awesome.
Okay.
Really honest. Yeah.
And so how involved are young people in creating these type models in Uganda? Because the thing is you have different ethnic tribes. People sometimes interact differently. And so how important is it to skill or create awareness for people who are within their, different indigenous pockets, if I can call it that?
Interesting question. I think very important. I know it sounds cliche, but we are a young nation.
Yeah.
We are a youthful nation. And if we're to bring in the young people, they have to understand the platform. I have a young son.
Yeah.
Sometimes when he talks, I don't even understand what he's saying. He has to be involved in developing these platforms for his peers, for his language, it's very, very important.
So the future is bright for fintech in Uganda. Is that what you're saying?
I always predict that in the next 10 years, when you see the newspapers, the balance sheets of the largest financial companies are going to be fintechs.
Okay.
Yes.
You see, for CIPESA, it's the international ICT policy for Eastern and Southern Africa. They're always pushing for the rights and protection of people in these digital communities. Is fintech taking that into consideration as well?
You see my smile.
Yeah, I did.
It's always like there's that tug of war, right?
Yeah.
Between policy and innovation in connection.
Always.
So honestly speaking, sometimes the innovation people feel like there's just too much policy going on, and it is stifling something that is still young.
Yes.
Right? But that said, it is important, right? Our communities are vulnerable.
Yeah.
They need to be protected.
Right.
This ecosystem can be fraught with buffere. How do you say buffere in English?
Scammers.
Scammers, yeah. And so there has to be deliberate effort to protect the consumer.
Okay. They want us to get out of here. The music is getting louder and louder. So the last thing I just really wanted to say is tell us more about Sente and the future of Uganda and fintech. That's the exciting part.
So Kalango, Sente.
Yes, Kalango.
Sente, we are a fintech company.
Yes.
But we focus on the B2B side.
Okay.
B2B
is business to business.
Business to business.
Yes.
So our platform is used by businesses to transact internally.
Okay, great.
Right? So everybody from multi-choice to I don't know whether NSSF is still transacting.
To some degree, with their
CKR,
patient capital,
yeah.
yes.
So we serve several clients in the market.
Yes.
Basically helping them transact more efficiently. You will not believe the efficiency gains that you get when you stop manual payments.
Right. But always, you know, we always say verify who the platform is. Not every fintech is legitimate. So you always have to...
I should have added regulated. We're regulated.
Regulated. You have to look for the regulated platforms. Yeah. Allan, it's been so great talking to you. I wish we could talk more, but the band wants us to leave.
We need to go and first spend some mobile money.
Spend some mobile money with the band.
Yeah.
Actually, everyone should have something they do at night, because this night economy, when you look at the numbers, it's ridiculous. Like, you know, we need to be selling something in the nighttime.
In my opinion, the most transformative technology we've had in Africa, right? You can compare it to like mobile phones and talking, but it's been very, very transformative.
Oh, wow.
And the activity that is happening in the fintech platforms, you will not believe the
So the future is bright.
Oh my God.
We'll all become millionaires.
It's a hustle, but
you'll get there.
It's very, very interesting.
All right. So, Allan, tell me, you know, when fintech, when I started hearing fintech, it must have been 2014 when I started to hear the height of fintech, and how central banks were transforming internally to support these platforms and understand them, and also pull in the regulators. Tell me, what was it like when you entered into this space, and what prompted it? What was it like?
How much time do you have? Yeah, it's one of my favorite stories to tell, because I worked at MTN.
Oh, you did?
Way back, just after my uni.
Okay.
Yeah, and one of the platforms I
worked
on
MTN.
Was the MTN mobile money platform.
Oh, really?
And I tell guys the story that the first version was a computer under our desk, right? So when how do I say it? Like, we would kick the cables and they would go off.
Okay.
And no one would care. Then one day, some guy said, where's this mobile money thing? Where's this mobile money thing? It needs to be in the server room, right?
Mobile money has been since 2008.
Yes.
It's been here.
Yes.
Okay, so the thing is...
And here's one of the most interesting stories to tell you how transformative this was. So the early guys, when they would go in the field and they would be telling guys about mobile money, guys would be asking, esente zija kuvawa, as they're showing them the phone.
Like it was an ATM. But Allan, I have a great story for you. I have a great story for you. Do you know that when mobile money was starting and they were looking for people who could start the business of mobile money, I was one of those people.
Really?
We were like 8 people in a room. I think MTN had a space in Ntinda where we go. And when I went to the briefing and everything, I was like, this thing will never go anywhere.
Oh my Jesus.
It will never.
You did.
I was like, no one is going to understand it. This, what? Then the money is transferred. And you know, I come from the north. I'm from Arua. And a lot of people were doing transactions using the buses, using the bus system. So they would send money in envelopes and things like that. And I could see the long-term vision of virtual money. But the how was... So I just know I'm still in recovery over that. So you get in at MTN, you're with mobile money, and you see the viability of fintech.
I was just working.
I see.
Young man working.
Right.
But then after some years, and this is one of the things people don't get, right? It took years to take off.
Yes, it did. Yeah? It did,
okay, not years, but like few years, right? But
I would say about 10 years, because if it's 2008,
no, not 10 years.
Maybe by 2018 is when things were really super active.
So by around 2011,
the
numbers were already crazy.
Really?
Like, okay, if you looked at the numbers, they were getting crazy. And actually, that's when I said, you know what, let me quit my job and start business.
Because what I'm hearing you saying is that the adoption of technologies like mobile money, well, a tool really, but the technology of it, is easy, because a lot of people say, oh, you know, as Africans, we need time, we have the gadgets, but we don't know how to use like the hardware, the phones. So in other words, there is room for people to adopt beyond mobile money.
If you solve a problem, you will get adoption. Yes.
So then, which brings us to Sente. How did Sente begin?
So Sente, I left MTN 2012.
Yes.
In the middle there, I started business.
Yes.
Again, in the mobile money space.
Okay.
It went on to do quite well. But then I started Sente in 2015. And because I had seen this opportunity, right? Like, yes, mobile money was working for consumers, right? We were sending money back and forth.
Yes.
But businesses were still on a percentage and cash,
Really?
right? Carrying 40 million, 50 million, 100 million from
To
the bank.
the bank.
Yes, to and from the bank. Then you open the newspapers. People have been robbed, 100 million. You're like, why would a guy be carrying 100 million on the streets of Kampala?
It was high risk.
It's just too risky,
Yeah.
right? You can just move it in the air, right? Yeah.
Virtually.
Like literally in the air, yeah.
Okay. Oh, wow.
So yeah, it was very, I was very passionate about that, and I can say like right now, just like mobile money in the early days, you know, people ask like, how is this gonna work? Why, right? But now everybody knows, understands the value.
So this is the thing. I mean, we listen to a lot of business people, a lot of young people, and I must say in this year, 2026, and I'm hoping beyond, a lot of young people seem to feel like they are unheard in the business space. And how does, I'm trying to tie that into fintech because I'm trying to think of like innovations that can help, let's say, businesses get small loans, get small grants, maybe work with other associations to be able to pool monies together. What does that look like in Uganda's arena, and how protected are these businesses as a result of the data they collect?
Yeah. So it's a question actually that I ask myself a lot, right? And I think, honestly speaking, the technology is there, all right? What I feel has happened is that the rest of the economy is not working, right? So if you're jobless, you have no work, then you have no money to send. Right? And I was seeing a friend of mine, he was talking about like Uganda is the most entrepreneurial nation in the world.
Yes.
But we're not entrepreneurs because of, oh, I have a dream, I want to build a company. You know, we're
like we're special or
no,
something.
No. It's necessity.
It's necessity.
Surviving, right?
Survival,
like I need to
man.
just make some money.
Yes.
Yeah? And where I feel like, yes, fintech can really help is in helping young people to make money.
So how does fintech help young people make money?
Well, if I can get paid by somebody from Arua and Mbarara and Kabale, you know, I'm not hustling to have my corner shop.
Yes.
I think there's an opportunity for young people to create products where they can get paid, not by people only in their neighborhood, but how many Ugandans are we?
We are getting to 40 million.
So you have a market, potentially, of
We're getting
10,
to 40
20,
million,
yeah.
but 77% of the
No,
40 million
yes.
are under 35. So
that's not your market.
that's not even our market, but the adoption of young people using technology is really big. And I think the broader conversation is also being had across the continent, where people who are in your sort of line of work are seeing the opportunity,
Yes.
but we're trying to bridge that to the practicality of people actually not having jobs.
Yes.
Like they're saying, look, we'll adopt the digitization, we'll use the fintech platforms, we'll use the models, but how do we multiply the job space? You know, that's like a real thing.
That is the focus. Honestly speaking, I have a strong opinion about, let's say, like even loans, right? I'm like, you're giving people loans, but what are they actually doing? Right?
You mean the small like mobile money loans?
So then people are just
those things are very, very
revolving. They're just revolving
I see.
From this guy and the other.
Yes.
So we need to make the rest of the economy work. All right? Like people need to do products. The roads need to be good so the products can move. Yeah.
Listen, Allan, I cannot judge young people. You know, I'm so much older in this economy, and what we faced when we were growing up, me being we and the general population of we, but is very different from this demographic. There are many more. You know,
TikTok generation.
I mean, it's so interesting. Like in the last decade, young people's population has doubled. the numbers are like 600, 700,000 people, young people leave these universities. Out of them, only 4,000 can find a job. We're not saying that that leans only on fintech,
No.
but this idea of how do these young people adopt technology and use these tools to be able to create livelihoods or to expand, their thinking beyond, I've just sold something or I've just given a service. So if you are speaking to someone who is within that demographic and you as a fintech person, what opportunities do you think are in your space?
Yeah, that's a very interesting question, right? And something that I'll give you a story. I met somebody recently. They're an influencer.
Yes.
Right? They said they have like 1 million followers. I had never heard of them in my life. But that's what they do for a living.
Right.
And I'm like, these young people are going to figure it out. Where I feel, and not to be, but the older generation, we need to create an environment for these people to thrive, right? Honestly speaking, we're shooting ourselves in the foot with, I don't know, governance issues, corruption issues, right? Those are the things that are pulling us back. And I don't know how CPESA or policy can help, but we need to, the basics, right? If you don't get the basics right, there is no tech that is going to help you. No tech is going to help you.
I'm going to tell you a little story, and I hope it doesn't come off as controversial.
Yeah.
But one time I was driving in Kampala City, and I saw a billboard of our president. And then I saw a billboard. Don't be tense. It's a neutral territory, I promise. I saw a billboard of a DJ. They were side by side. And I said to myself, wow, the two worlds under one umbrella, where you have this vibrant young population who are really hoping that our leaders, our policy people will look at them and say, look, we understand that the landscape globally has changed. Technically, things have changed, and that you are helping us, pull ourselves out of some sense of poverty or low income to be able to thrive globally.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's all you will say.
That is all I will say. But we need to sort out the basics.
Yeah, but you see the gap between the two is that they're really banking that our judges, our aunties, myself, and other people will understand that, look, there has been a technology shift, and can you please help us get through it,
Fix the basics.
Yes, fix the basics.
There is, like, TikTok is crazy. I'm not a TikToker, but hey.
TikTok is crazy.
The stuff people are doing on
TikTok is
TikTok.
crazy.
You have mobile money. We haven't even talked about, like, in fintech, the craze right now is like crypto and stable coins.
That's right.
The young people are very engaged in that. But we need to help them to fix the basics, right? Our schools, our hospitals, our roads, right? At least those, let's fix that and give them the opportunity to
I guess the last question I'm going to ask you, Allan, I know that there's a massive adoption of AI at a rapid pace globally. And I know for Africa, we're definitely not being left out. I don't know if Uganda is at the same level of other African countries, but definitely the conversation of AI. How do you marry AI and the fintech world?
Oh, you know what I'm working on right now?
What are you working on?
You know
are you going to share with us?
You're
ahead of the curve.
I'm a madman. I started a company last year.
Yes.
Called Times.
Okay.
Times AI.
Okay.
And it's still the same idea of bringing AI into business, enterprise, and government.
Cool.
Right? And look, if fintech is crazy, AI is going to be super transformative.
Okay.
Right? And I think it's going to follow, this is just my hunch, the same trajectory as like mobile money, right? Mobile money found or fintech, it thrived in Africa because it found a vacuum. There was no financial system.
That's right.
So there was nothing it just came in and...
It was an accelerator.
Yeah, it just came in and just took over, right?
That's right.
And so when you think about our productivity issues, our unemployment issues, our issues to get stuff done, I think AI is going to come and find nothing. And I think young people are going to thrive in the AI era.
Yeah, I mean, all
Gonna
the
do
thought
great.
leaders
Yeah.
at the moment in the digital transformation space are speaking nothing but the AI language. They don't even have room for anything
Let me even
else.
tell you something interesting, right? What is the biggest thing people say? Oh, AI is going to take away what?
Our creativity, our
No,
individualization,
it's going to take away jobs.
our jobs.
And I say in
Jobs.
Africa, which jobs?
We have some few.
Nothing. We have
No, but it's
nothing
true.
to lose.
It's true.
Right?
We really don't have
Only
as much.
upside,
Yeah,
yes.
I think
Yeah.
you're right. And but okay, so along the conversation of the artificial intelligence,
Yeah.
we do need to talk about the encouraging of young people to understand that the space is theirs and that they should get involved. Right?
Right.
I really need you to drum that forward with what you're starting up now.
Look, I'm an entrepreneur, and entrepreneurs, you look at opportunity, right? Uganda is the most entrepreneurial country in the. If you're looking for opportunity today as a young person, AI is it,
Oh,
right?
wow.
And because it offers a few big advantages, right? Number one, it's new for everybody. There's no one who has like 20, 30 years experience. No, everybody is new.
What they call emerging technologies.
Yes, right? It also has the potential to be global, right?
Right.
So you can start a business in Arua and have people in Nigeria and India. And so I feel like for a young person who's super ambitious, this is a great time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Alan, I could talk to you forever
Yeah, yeah.
because it's such an exciting landscape and there's so much. The one thing I do want to leave some of our young people with, especially in business, is an action point. How, you know, you're a touch point, we've spoken, you're here, but someone somewhere is watching this online and they're like, well, I want to get involved. How do I get involved? Especially from the angle of artificial intelligence.
I love the word agency. I how do you pronounce it, right?
Yes.
But the ability to be self-driven.
All right.
Like not wallow and say, oh, things are so bad. Yeah, it's not great. But if you're a young person, have know and have the will and the drive to move forward. All right? I think right now, if you have that, you will do great. The tech is there. Yes, things are not great, capital, but with agency, right? You can move forward.
Yeah, because I'm tired of being left behind by these big, like Nigeria, you see all these tech giants and all these tech entrepreneurs taking off. Parts of South Africa, even in Kenya, you see like after the big M-Pesa movement, you see all these tech entrepreneurs really making it big. I'm like, where's Uganda on the radar?
We are here.
You know, are we?
We are here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's been such a pleasure talking to you. And
Yeah.
I really, really would love to see the trajectory of the conversations that we've had really play out practically. But like I said, I think CIPESA is really trying to lead the charge of...
Whether CIPESA is a client of Senti.
Is it?
Yes.
So CIPESA, you know that CIPESA is like leading this charge of like making sure that the environment, the digital environment is inclusive, number one. Two, it upholds, you know, the rights of people. But three, also creates a great business environment for the economy to actually move forward. So I really hope that we have a part B where we can talk about some of the practical, more practical elements of this particular niche.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Yeah.
And like we said earlier, we need to fix
Great.
the basics for our young people. And I love what CIPESA is doing, right? Because policy, inclusion, looking out for the, I don't know how to put it.
Yeah, just
the
closing
people,
those gaps. Yeah,
that is the basics.
Yeah, closing those
get
gaps.
that right.
So the same rights of someone who's in Kampala, for example, should be the same as someone in
Get
Karamoja.
that
Like it should be an equal playing field
Get
because
that
this
right.
virtual world is us. You know, like even though it's not, we can't touch it. It should be all of us.
Corruption,
You know?
get that right, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's leave it here. Thanks, Alan. It's
All
been
right,
great.
then.
I appreciate it.
No problem.
All right.
It was a pleasure. Cheers.